test, test.
So turn that. Test. Okay. So you can leave that on if you'd like.
I would like to call the Planning Commission meeting to order. Thank you for viewing tonight's Planning Commission meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order at the City of Clear Lake Chambers on Tuesday, October 28th, 2025 at 6 p.m. As a reminder, if you are participating via Zoom, please put yourself on mute unless you are speaking. We are currently live streaming this meeting on the city's YouTube channel and the Lake County PEG TV live stream YouTube channel. To begin with, can I please have a roll call?
Commissioner Derek Counts. Commissioner Ray Silva.
Here.
Commissioner Chris Inglis.
Here.
Vice Chair Jack Smalley.
Here.
Chair Fawn Williams.
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we will do the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll please stand. Vice Chair Smalley, would you please lead us?
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, at this time, we will adopt the agenda. City Manager Flora, Senior Planner, do we have any changes or additions to the agenda?
No modifications, Chair Williams.
Thank you. All right, at this time, I will ask for just a voice vote to all those in favor of adopting the agenda as presented.
Aye.
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 Aye, thank you. Okay. At this time, we will go to public comment. This is a time for any member of the public to address the Planning Commission on any matter not on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city. The Brown Act, with limited exceptions, does not allow the commission or staff to discuss issues brought forth under public comment. The commission cannot take action on non-agenda items. Concerns may be referred to staff or placed on the next available agenda. Please note that comments from the public will also be taken on each agenda item. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes per person. Any public comments in the chamber at this time? Okay, seeing none, are there any via Zoom?
There are no comments on Zoom.
All right, thank you. Okay, we will then go on to our public hearings. All right, item number 1. The Planning Commission is being asked to consider conditional use permit CUP 2025-01 and corresponding categorical exemption CE 2025-02 to allow the expansion of a previous approved use, the Learning House, UP 01-09, and the conversion of a manufactured home, 1,945 square feet in size, into a commercial use located at 14840 Burns Valley Road, Clear Lake, California, further described as Assessor's Parcel Number 039-35308. Staff, can we please proceed with the staff report?
Yes, you may. Jessica, could you allow me to do screen share, please? So good evening, Commission and members of the public. Before I begin, I would like to introduce that the applicants are here, Elaine Robinson and her representative Malcolm Dunshee, that are sitting in the front. And if you have any questions later on for details of the operation, they're here as well. So we're here tonight to hear the conditional use permit, the CUP 2025-01, and it's also known as the Learning House. So the parcel is located on the corner of Sharp Avenue, which is a privately maintained road, and then Burns Valley Road, which is a public maintained road, which is right here. The zoning is rural residential and it's approximately 2.2 acres in size. So project history, this is the current layout with the existing structures and proposed. So a little bit about the history. In 2009, a use permit was issued, UP 01-09, which allowed the conversion of 2 existing structures, a single-family dwelling and a garage into an early education center. And those structures are located right here and right here. And then with current growth and requests, the applicant reached out to the city staff and began coordinating to expand the use to accommodate for additional students. And the reason we're here tonight is the previous conditions indicated that any modifications or amendments required essentially like a new use permit and brought back before the planning commission for consideration. So the new use permit would allow the conversion of the existing structure, which is right here, and that's the one that's approximately 1,945 square feet in size. And additional improvements would include parking improvements, resurfacing, routes of path and travel to and from parking areas and to all buildings, and including eventually updating the building to commercial standards. And she's been coordinating and with us on the requirements for that. So some of the conditions of approval that are on attachment A that will need to be completed prior to operation or use of the converted building would be like the route to travel and the path necessary for ADA accessibility, improving the parking lots to meet those standards as well. The entrance will be off of Burns Valley Road and will exit off to Sharp Lane as a one-way. And the applicant intends to put signage throughout the entryway and exitway to help the flow of traffic and for those who are coming and going. So for CEQA, it's essentially category exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act in accordance with section 15303, since they're converting, it's either new construction or conversion of small structures. And this would be considered a small structure. It's not expanding outside the original footprint, other than, ADA ramps and things like that, but it's not expanding the structure itself. So for motions, we can either move to adopt the resolution PC 2025-06, move to deny the resolution PC 2025-06, or move to continue the item and provide alternate directions to staff. But if you have any questions, I am more than welcome to answer them. And then the applicant is here as well. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, at this time, we'll come back, bring it back to the commission, and I will ask each commissioner if they have any questions of staff at this time. Commissioner Counts, do you have any questions of staff at this time? Commissioner Inglis?
No questions, but just was so straightforward, and these people seem to be such great neighbors. My mother-in-law lives across the street in the retirement community. I can't see how 14 extra people could possibly be any bird. I didn't even know they were there. I didn't even know that existed, because I pass a lot of their schools where there's drop off and pick up problems. This was not one of them. And other than that, I saw the fire stations pretty close, obviously kids. And so I don't know.
Thank you. Commissioner Silva?
Actually, excuse me, I actually visited the site and I saw a sign up on Sharp Lane that already says wrong way. And what are the actual plans for the surfacing of the driveway?
If you could please come up to the microphone. Thank you.
So our idea at this point in time, our plans are that the area between that connects the 3 buildings is going to be paved with asphalt. And that will be handicap access from one building to another and handicap access from the three handicap parking spaces to each of the building, and the areas in between them will be paved. And then the two long legs, and a sidewalk, the paved sidewalk that goes all the way down to Burns Valley. Then the parking spaces and the two legs of the driveway would be compacted gravel. And we're very interested in not paving the whole thing because of safety measures for kids. In case you haven't noticed, when something's paved, people drive a lot faster. And so I'm very concerned about safety. That's my number one issue with having just this one drop-off area paved and the rest of it compact so that it's usable.
While I was on the site, I actually talked to a few of the neighbors and because I knew them. And that one of the concerns that they had was the dust and people driving fast coming out of there now. So I might recommend that you do pave them areas like you plan, but just incorporate some speed bumps might be something to slow them down a little bit. Otherwise, I think it's a great project.
Yeah, we are planning to put, we've purchased and we haven't put it up yet. Right now, there's a little toy stop sign.
Yeah.
But a real stop, so we have bought a real stop sign to
Yeah.
remind people they need to stop before they pull into Sharp Lane, because we have had that
You
comment
have
from neighbors as
pretty
well.
convincing sign off of Sharp Lane that says wrong way.
That's also, yeah, getting people in there, trying to get people not to drive in the out.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Smalley?
Hey, can you come back, please?
I knew
So
you were gonna do that.
how many accessible parking spots are there gonna be?
3.
3? One of them has to be a van spot.
I believe the new one is going to be, actually, any of them, I'm not exactly sure what makes something a van spot, but they're all long enough for a van and they're all extra wide.
Yeah, okay, so, and this is a manufactured home,
Yes.
and so are you changing the inside of the manufactured home?
No, we ordered it
The way,
the way we wanted it to be. So
Very
like, well, one room has a closet because there has to be a bedroom.
yeah.
But all the other bedrooms do not have closets there, dens and studies
good,
and
very
office
good.
and stuff like that.
Okay, that satisfies me.
Okay,
I have one other question. ma'am.
sure.
How long has that unit been there?
The new building? A short amount of time, this year.
None of the pictures that we were given you included that structure was already there. I understand there was a.
Commissioner Silva, you need to turn your microphone on, please.
Thanks for reminding me, Alan. None of the pictures that I was given to view included that the building was already there. I was surprised when I drove out to kind of tour the site that it was there and your decking was mostly completed and it looks great. I mean, I think it's awesome. But when you say a short time, were we talking months, weeks?
Oh, months. It was during this
Yeah.
calendar year.
And I would just be curious to ask the question is that apparently you pulled a residential construction permit
Yes.
on this commercial building
Potential commercial building.
potential. The rest of it already is commercial, correct?
Yes,
Okay. So the whole parcel is commercial.
would be if you accept this use permit, the whole thing would be.
Okay, well, excuse me, all I was getting at is if there would be an easier way for you to have done this, just apply for the commercial use in the building to pull a permit right off the get, instead of having to kind of go backdoor with residential and then convert to commercial. But that's not for you, that's for these guys over here. So thank you very much.
And I have no questions at this time, so we will open it for public comment. There's no one in the chambers for public comment. Is there anyone on Zoom with a public comment?
There are no comments on Zoom.
All right, thank you. All right, so I will bring it back. Do any commissioners have any additional comments or questions for staff or the applicant? No, okay. I just had one small comment, because I also drove by looking for the sidewalk and to make sure that we already had sidewalks installed. And I could barely find them because the weeds were so tall. So going forward, I would love to see that sidewalk maintained. It was put in for a reason, and it would be nice if it was maintained and people were able to use it. So that's really the only comment that I have at this time. So there being no further comments, I will close public comment. And I will take a motion on item number 1, please.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to adopt PC Resolution 2025-06.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. May I please have a roll call vote?
Commissioner Derek Counts,
Aye.
Commissioner Ray Silva,
Aye.
Commissioner Chris Inglis,
Aye.
Vice Chair Jack Smalley,
Aye.
Chair Fawn Williams.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion passes with a unanimous vote of the commission. All right, at this time, we will go to our city manager and staff reports. City Manager Flora, do you have a report for us?
Chair Williams, commissioners, just thought I'd give you an update on a few projects. What has previously been referred to as Clear Lake Apartments, more recently Valley Vista Apartments, is a 80-unit affordable project near the hospital. So it's been in the works for a number of years, but finally on the precipice of construction. They're anticipating starting work this year, weather permitting. It's going to be a little interesting to watch this one. So this is, almost an identical development to the one over by this project or by the senior center, same size. It's going to be all modular construction. So it's going to be pre-built units. We're working with them to provide access at the old airport property across Highway 53 for them to ship in the modular units and store them there, and then they'll move them up the hill. So
sorry, may I ask a question?
sure.
So is that on the current?
It's on the east side of Dam Road Extension, south of 18th.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that was county-owned land. 2021, the county did a property swap for the old armory over by the jail. So it's now state land. And then the state has a program where they did an RFP process, request for proposals for state property for affordable housing development. And there was a developer out of San Diego that was selected. So it's like it remains state-owned land. It's like a 99-year ground lease to the developer. It's all going to be on the east side of the property, and there's no plans to develop. There's about another 7 acres between Dam Road Extension and the hospital that is state land. And eventually that will probably revert back to the city, and the city's looking at putting a small park, maybe some trails on that property eventually once we.
The one in between the hospital and, okay.
It's kind of hilly and it's not really developable, but there's no really park space over on that side of Highway 53. So it'd be nice to have, a little something over there.
Yeah. Question would be, I know this isn't one of those things, but how close is that construction going to be to the school? Like, is it farther back? Like,
Yeah, it's gonna be more up on the upper section. I mean, there is gonna be some significant grading there. But I mean, we could go ahead and send out a site plan to the commission just for your interest now. Some of you are newer to the commission. This In the old days, this was a project that the commission would actually have to review and approve, but with existing state law, these are essentially, you know, building permits, and we can't even stop them if we wanted to. So, yeah, no, I know, but I just think it's important to understand, because normally a project of this scope would come before you and you would review and be more familiar with it. It's a little different these days with these type of developments, but we'll send you site plan and stuff so that you can at least be familiar with what's proposed.
Cool.
Okay, so I don't know how long, it's been probably 2 years ago, the commission approved a tentative subdivision map for 22 lots over off Old Highway 53. Larger lots, more estate type homes. We've been working with that developer for quite some time. It was most recently held up by Highlands Water Company and trying to negotiate some stuff there, but I believe that's all been resolved. And so that project should finally be moving forward, really just weather permitting at this point. I think we have to go ahead and approve the final map and some stuff, but that one I think has cleared all the hurdles, so that'll be great. The airport redevelopment project, obviously a big project. I guess it's been a year and a half ago that we did a notice of preparation meeting, and there was a sort of a preview given to the commission. Number of delays related to that. We added some additional property into the scope of that review. And some of our technical studies took a lot longer than expected. Essentially, the public draft or the administrative draft is pretty much done, really. The only technical study that we're waiting for still is the archaeological report, which we're expecting to have within a few days, but it's been delayed over and over and over again. So anyway, once we get the administrative draft, do the review, and then we'll release the public draft, and that'll be a 45-day review period. Once that's done, and it will come back before the commission. At this point, it'll probably be, I guess, best case scenario, hopefully sometime in January, we'd be able to schedule a hearing on that. And then the final thing, trying to end on a little bit more of a positive note. So we have been in negotiations with a developer for the property right here across the street, the old Austin Resort. There's about 8 acres of city-owned land there. So just this week, I got the second version of the site plan from them. We're going to be having a pre-application meeting coming up with them sometime soon, and then they'll work on their applications. That project will come before the commission, but it's pretty exciting project. It will include 110 room hotel, a number of restaurants, quite a bit of retail space, a new marina, rooftop pool in the hotel.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So all the city staff meetings are going to be moved over there now. I'm kidding, but anyway, it's pretty exciting project. It's exciting that we found a developer that really buys into the vision of what we wanted to see over there. So unless you have any questions, that's my report.
I did have one question regarding the airport property. So there was an article that stated that Adventist Health was not going to develop. Is that true or not true? Because
Unfortunately, it is true, yes. Well, so in some ways, I mean, so we had done a lot of work to try and incentivize Adventist Health to build more clinic space and potentially a hospital at that location. We had a deal in place for them to do the clinic, and they notified us that they were terminating that agreement. But it doesn't, fortunately, the way we have crafted the environmental impact report and the entitlements, it doesn't cause any delays related to that. We're still going to do everything we can to try and attract some medical uses to that site. But the environmental review and the entitlements are based on a number of uses allowed and essentially like maximum square footage. So it doesn't force us to redo any of the work we've already done. It will still provide us flexibility. We could, you know, we could have a Sutter Medical Clinic there and a Sutter Hospital. It could be something comes back together with Adventist at some point, or it could be a Home Depot, you know.
Okay,
So,
that's
no.
kind of what I was
Right.
wondering, is so everything that you guys have preparated is not lost.
No.
Okay.
All right. Do any commissioners have a report at this time? Okay, seeing none, any future agenda items that any commissioners would like to have added? No, all right. Well, I'd like to thank everyone who took time to attend and for submitting your comments, and to those who are watching this meeting via Zoom and YouTube. There being no further business of the commission, we are now adjourned at 6:26 on Tuesday, October 28th, 2025.